the summaries, and you can find out even what we discussed. For example, in one of the sessions, Tushar was asking about parenting, so I tried to answer as much as I knew, and many good points came up. So you can just go through the recordings, and even the recordings for these three sessions also, like you will learn a lot. So yeah, nice. Thank you very much. These loving exchanges will help us make us grow towards going forward in our spiritual life. Yeah. Okay, so let us start with that. Maybe I'll just start today's session, and then we'll see what we can discuss in short. Okay, let us start by invoking the blessings of the acharyas. Om Jnanatiminandasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Yeah, so welcome everyone to this like Sunday evening here in India, and we have started discussing Bhagavad Gita, which is a very thrilling discussion, transcendental discussion between uh, Arjuna and Krishna. So basically, till now in Google we have had sessions like how to read Bhagavad Gita, why to read Bhagavad Gita, why spirituality. So in the very first session, basically we discussed that what is the how the scene is setting, like why there is a need of war of Kurukshetra, war of Mahabharata, and how Duryodhana did not agree on the words of Krishna and Pandavas. So Pandavas were exiled by Kauravas, and basically when the exile completed, the Pandavas wanted 5 villages, which Kauravas denied. So we saw that because Duryodhana denied, and Duryodhana actually means that one who fights for the wrong reason. And this has been our like central point in these three sessions, that there has to be a purpose to life, and even to every activity there has to be a purpose. So so that purpose is actually oriented in the wrong direction for Duryodhan, and that's why he's feeling a lot of anxiety on the battlefield, because the place is also holy. Kurukshetra is a holy place, so the vibrations are very positive. And even when the conch shells were blown by both Kauravas and Pandavas, the Kauravas were feeling their hearts were shattered by the transcendental vibration of the conch shell. But the Pandavas were feeling very, very motivated to fight. So we saw that the same event was having different effects on different parties, and we also saw that this is a Vedic battle. Basically, a proper protocol is being followed. That in the daytime they are fighting, and they are starting the war by blowing the conch shells. Like it's not a cat and dog fight that okay, I will just jump on you and kill you. So it's not like that. And in the evening, basically they go to each other's place also to do very friendly talks. So Arjuna, Duryodhan, Yudhishthir, these were all very friendly people. And then we discussed this dialogue also, which Duryodhana is having between, he's talking to Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya. He is manipulating them because he himself is not certain about, basically, he's not certain about the result of the battle, because there are some signals, for example, the holy place, and Krishna is by their side. Krishna is driving the chariot. So all the auspicious signs were there with the Pandavas. So Duryodhana was feeling very, very anxious, and that's why he's speaking in a diplomatic manner to Bhishma Deva and Dronacharya. And understanding this, Bhishma Dev blew the conch shell just to motivate him. So after that, basically, we saw that Arjuna and Krishna are there. Krishna is driving the chariot for Arjuna, and Arjuna is basically just a second. So Arjuna is telling Krishna to draw the chariot towards towards the battle so that he can fight. He can see to whom he is fighting. So he wanted to see the opposite party, that whom he had to kill so as to win this war. And after, so he gave the order to Krishna and Krishna, one who is like the supreme personality of Godhead. And basically he's actually the maintainer of like so many cosmic manifestations. He's residing in all our hearts. So he's the person because of which this entire material world is existing. So there is nothing which can exist without Krishna, and that same supreme person is like taking the role of a charioteer for Arjuna. So that's a very like unique position, and that's the position of the Supreme Lord, that just to satisfy his devotees, he can do service for them so that the devotees become happy. So the Lord, so there is a competition going on between the devotees and the Lord. That Lord wants to satisfy devotees more, and devotees wants to satisfy Lord more. So this transcendental competition is always going on, and that's why Krishna has taken this meager, humble service of being a charioteer of Arjuna. And Arjuna is giving the instruction to Krishna that take the chariot between the two armies. So generally, like as conditioned souls, we are meant to follow the instructions of the Lord, but here we see that Krishna is following the instructions of his devotee, who is Arjuna. So immediately, but we also see that this instruction being followed is done sometimes in terms of Krishna also. Like Krishna, what he did was he took the chariot in between the two armies, and Arjuna was facing all his relatives, Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya, and his grandsons, and all the people who were very very close to Arjuna. So this naughty thing Krishna did. So Krishna is very naughty. Like although he's basically he's the supreme personality of Godhead, and he's residing in all our hearts, and all the intelligence which we are getting, that is coming from Krishna. But he will do some naughty things which you will not be able to understand. And I know that Vaishali has been asking these questions, that why do bad things happen to good people? So all those things will basically be answered when we understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Like in the fifth chapter, Lord says that na adatte kasyachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhu. So basically, he doesn't take responsibility of the sinful reactions of anybody, any conditioned soul. So I'm a little bit digressing, but I'm just like trying to put a bigger picture to this, that Krishna is very naughty, and that's why he put Arjuna in such a situation that Arjuna, by default, he became very anxious by seeing his relatives. So Krishna, because he is sitting in the heart of Arjuna also, so he knew that Arjuna had some weakness of heart, and he had some material attachments, and that's why he took the chariot in front of Bhishma and Drona. So this, I think, term is used, Bhishma Drona Pramukhata, in the 29th verse. Yeah, 25th verse. So I can just project there. Yeah, so this is the 25th verse up till which we read, I think, in the second session. So here you can see that in the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. Bhishma Drona Pramukta Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvach Partha Pashyetan Samavetan Kuruniti. And in the next verse, we will see that the Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father's in law and well wishers. And when the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. Yeah, Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up. Yeah, so here we can see that, as we discussed, that Krishna is deliberately putting Arjuna in such a situation where his weakness of heart can come out. And you will also find this, that when you follow this path of righteousness, when you follow this spiritual process, then you are actually you are tested more than the normal folks who are not following the spiritual process. And this is because actually Krishna personally intervenes in the lives of those who want to basically move forward in spiritual life. Because actually moving forward in spiritual life means that we want to reinstate our position in the spiritual world. So I haven't told this philosophy yet, but actually, but we have discussed this, that we are not this body and we are spirit souls, and when we act on that spiritual conception, we can harness infinite amount of energy, positive energy. So actually, our real position is to be in the spiritual world, and this is a material world. And in spiritual world, we are there, and there are other liberated souls also, and then there is Krishna also, and these all these liberated souls are serving Krishna. And basically, when we rebel to Krishna, we say that we don't want to serve you anymore. We just want to serve ourselves. We want to enjoy our on our terms. Then Krishna arranges situations. Krishna says, "Okay, are you sure you want to enjoy?" So then Spirit Soul says, "Yes, I'm bored of serving you, so I will enjoy." So then, because of this rebellious mentality, Krishna makes arrangements. And in the third chapter, also, Krishna will talk about this, that he arranges this material world, he arranges the demigods, he arranges the Vedas, and he arranges various circumstances through which the conditioned soul, whatever desire he has rebelled on, he can satisfy, fulfill his desire. And then, by following the Vedas and following the scriptures, he can go back to the spiritual world after satisfying that desire. So like this, basically, there is this spiritual world also, in which we that which is our eternal place. And now, because of our rebelliousness, we are in this material world. And this that's why basically this material world is also known as Maithunakar. Basically, we are uh, by default, we will be faced with challenges here. So there will be like, if we don't practice spiritual process, then also there will be challenges. But if we follow spiritual process, then Krishna will tune us. Basically, Krishna will tune our subtle body. Krishna will tune our consciousness, so that we can go back to like the spiritual world as soon as possible. Maybe in this lifetime, or maybe 3 4 lifetimes. So Krishna personally intervenes when we make progress, when we want to make spiritual progress, and when we take shelter of devotees. So like this, it's a very amazing process. And actually, this thing can answer that question also, that why do bad things happen to good people. So yeah, because Krishna is behaving in different ways with different people. For example, there are three types of people. There are like non-devotees who really don't know anything about Krishna and who don't want to make any spiritual advancement. And then there are mixed devotees. Who Mixed devotees are those who want to go towards Krishna, but they have some hidden agenda. They might be motivated to basically earn more money, or they might be motivated to get their problems solved. They might want to basically make use of Krishna to make their life better. And there might be like contaminations also on the subtle platform. And then the third category are the pure devotees. So pure devotees are those who are very very dear to Krishna, and Krishna personally intervenes in their lives. So all the problems, all the bliss, all the mercy, personally Krishna is taking care of his own pure devotees. And that's what in the fourth chapter Krishna is telling, that परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि yoge yoge. So protection of his devotees is the major reason because of which Krishna descends in this material world. There are three reasons, like to protect the religion, to annihilate the miscreants, and then uh, to reinstate dharma. So to protect the religion by protecting the devotees is the primary reason for Krishna. So these three categories: non-devotees, mixed devotees, and then pure devotees. So pure devotees are very very close to Krishna. Yeah. So what happens is, like in case of non-devotees, Krishna doesn't intervene. Basically, he says in fifth chapter that na datte kasichit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhu ajnanena vritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantava. So, na adatte kasachit papam. I don't take responsibility of the sinful activities of anybody, because agyanena vritam jnanam, because they are covered with illusion, tena muhyanti jantava. So, because they are covered with illusion, they are bewildered. So, I don't take any responsibility. So, this is the case of non-devotees. Although they might be enjoying, but like whenever we take a birth, there is a like fixed account of happiness, fixed account of distress, and then all these things are fixed basically. So there will be, at certain moments there will be distress, there will be happiness. So this basically cycle of happiness and distress will continue, and that is fixed. But when you say that I want to practice spiritual life and I want to make advancement towards Krishna, then Krishna starts intervening personally. He starts arranging situations in such a way. For example, he might give you some difficulty. He might say, in the workplace, manager will start asking you, what are you up to? Your focus is becoming less in your work. What is it up to? And apart from these, Krishna will arrange devotees for you in your life. So Krishna will start shaping you by arranging various situations, by arranging various personalities in your life through which you can move towards Krishna in your journey towards Krishna. So that is basically mixed devotees. Now you are saying that I want to come to you, Krishna, but then Maya will say, if you really want to come, then all these things are there in your heart. Do you really want to give up these things, these dualities, these anarthas? So those tests will come gradually. And that's why basically those bad things will happen with good people. People are serving, people are doing devotion, but still the test will be taken. And perceptibly it might seem that the person is suffering also. He's crying and he's saying that it is paining a lot, but actually that is heart surgery is going on. Krishna is doing that heart surgery, and this is real open heart surgery. Basically, Krishna has arrows through which he addresses certain points in our subtle consciousness through our heart, because we are not only soul. Basically, soul is covered with a subtle body of mind, intelligence, and false ego. And when we go to the next body, we carry this entire package, the soul and the subtle body. So, to address the subtle body and the consciousness, Krishna arranges both the things. Just like in a family setup, the foremost duty of parents is to train the child, right? And generally, the father chastises and the mother gives love. So both the things are there. Like when you make a, you must have seen like how, yeah, yeah. So it's, we don't know that how much mischief we have done in previous lives. So that's why these surgeries are multiple and very, very frequent. And when we are sincere, when we are totally surrendered, then Krishna really like takes a whammy at us. But Krishna likes it, and it is actually Krishna's kindness. Because if we see the like eternal realm, it's only our progress towards Krishna which matters, which we will carry in the next life. Nothing else we will carry to the next life. We will not carry our parents. We will not carry our money which we have earned. We will not carry our promotions. Only devotion which you have done, and whatever purification has happened. So however you execute your present life, you decide your next life. So that is the thing basically. So as you sow, so shall you reap. And once you say that I am yours, Krishna, I am yours, then Krishna will wham you here and there. But once you become mature in devotional service, your Bhakti Rata Bij, it is started planting and it is started growing like a tree. Then it will eventually give fruits also. And then Krishna smiles. Okay, my devotee is maturing. My devotee is giving fruits. So then Krishna smiles on his devotees. So that is the like mystic relationship between a devotee and Krishna. And this is a very mystic science. And basically, when you have these realizations, and when you have this confidence in your relationship with Krishna, then everything else basically can be taken care of. Like for example, you will be fearless of death. You will be fearless of your whatever situation at your workplace. So because you have a higher connect, you have a higher shelter. Everybody is looking for shelter only. Like there's nothing more anybody wants. Like if he's feeling sheltered, okay, yeah, I can like narrate a story here. I think I'm going a lot of like I was describing this Arjuna's battle, but it's good actually. At least we'll have more things to discuss. So there is a story where this aeroplane is flying in the sky, and suddenly there is a lot of turbulence, and so little bit turbulence was there initially, and little bit anxiety was being faced by the passengers. But in 5 to 10 minutes, the turbulence increased. Like the suitcases started falling off, and everybody was very nervous, and they were looking at each other, and like somebody started crying also. But there was one girl who was, I think, 10 to 12 years old, and she was very peacefully sitting on the seat. Her seat belt was tied up, and she was just smiling and like just meditating on something. So everybody was like, somebody was crying, suitcases were falling off, and everything. Everybody was very chaotic, very anxious. So somebody asked her, "Ki, what is up to you? Like you are so small and you are really not afraid of this situation. Everybody is in such an anxious consciousness right now." So what do you think? Like what could have this girl said? Yeah, this is a question to all of you. Did anybody understand the story like till now? Whatever I told. God is taking care of me. Okay. Yeah, that is one option. But some practical thing. Okay, Alekia and Vaishali are understanding the story. So the girl said that like the pilot is my father. She's also understanding. So the girl said that the pilot is my father and he will take care. I have full trust in my father, and whatever happens, he will give us a safety landing. Yeah, so that is how we will feel actually. So our real father is Krishna, although we have our set of parents who are gateways of Krishna, but actually our real father is Krishna. And when we feel a connect and when we feel some reciprocation with him, we don't need to bother about anything else. And the entire Bhagavad Gita, we will see that basically whatever consciousness we are having right now in this material world, there is some scope of improving that consciousness, and that's why we are having these sessions where we can read scriptures and elevate our consciousness. For example, like I'm sure that when we were discussing about Duryodhana, how fearful he was, and why he was hiding the fear. So I think like most of us were in that situation. Like we always have our own like set of plate of fears, because of which we are not able to reveal our heart, and we don't have like proper coaching, proper mentoring. So those things are not taken care of. Like those weaknesses are always bothering on the subtle platform. So that's why like there is this need of spirituality and need of reading this Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, so this is the answer. Basically, in case of life of mixed devotees, Krishna is personally intervening, and according to the reservations and according to the surrender, whatever level the mixed devotee is surrendering, he will basically point out things that okay, this weakness of heart is there, and you should be able to let go. So then, at that point, the mixed devotee should be able to let go, and then if he is able to let go, then he will make advancement, he will become more pure. So purity means like more and more your heart will become lighter, and your connection with Krishna will become more and more strong. So because all the superfluous elements, all the anarthas will gradually be taken away by Krishna. And that's why basically when we say that okay, we want to come to Krishna, and there is a spiritual world, and we want to be reinstated in our position in that spiritual world and go back to Krishna. Then Maya says, "Okay, you really want to go back? Okay, you have done these things. Are you sure you will not be repeating those in the spiritual world?" So this series of tests will start, and that's why we need a mentor, because like individually it's very difficult, because you will be whammed by Maya here and there, and like actually to sight our blind spots and to really help us. It's just like a child who is trying to walk. Basically, he will take two, three steps, and again he will fall down. He will hurt his knees, and then again he will try to walk. Maybe he will be able to walk five, six steps, and then again he will fall. So every time we are falling down, we have to apply this lotion of devotee association, of Krishna Katha, of mentor association. So when these lotions are there in our life, when these resources are there, then it will be easier to make advancement, because you will always feel sheltered. Okay, I have somebody to look up to. I can ask my doubts. I can discuss my situations. So yeah, I think in one of these sessions, Sahil was asking this question: Do we really need a guru? Do we really need a person to look up to? And then I think Ashutosh answered that basically, if we are traversing some path which has already been traversed by somebody else, then we should take his help, because his experience will be useful for us. So like that, if we take association with those personalities, and like we develop a loving relationship, we develop love and trust with them, then they can help us in like detecting our blind spots and moving forward in both material and spiritual life. So that's why basically problems are good. And even Kunti Maharani is also saying the same actually in her prayers, that give me problems, because when problems are there, then you actually take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise everything is going very smooth, and nobody really cares about God. But actually God is necessary. Whether it is going good or bad. Yeah. So I will just finish this, and then we'll take some questions. Yeah, so God is a necessity. If the situation is very good, like you are getting married or you are getting kids or whatever, basically you are going to fun and food, everything you are enjoying, but still that connect with God, we have to realize the importance of that connect, because that connect will save us across all the changes, and He is a necessity. And generally, people realize the necessity of God when they are in bad situation, when they are in difficult situation. For example, right now in Google, a recession is going on, so nobody knows whose job is safe, and nobody knows what projects to do. So now people are coming towards Bhagavad Gita. So this is a normal tendency of a conditioned soul, that whenever like there will be some problem, they will run towards God. Otherwise, they will forget God. But these sessions are made to like realize all of you that God is a necessity, whether it's a bad situation or is a good situation, seamlessly, whether it is heat, whether it is cold. This like discussion of Krishna's topics, that this should go on daily. Nityam Bhagavat Seva. Yeah, so I think I will just pause here. We discussed a lot of things, and yeah, let's take up some questions here. Vaishali is asking a lot of things. How many heart surgeries one surgery should be done? Yeah, we don't know like how much baggage we are carrying on, and how many millions of births we are taking. It said that like once, so that's why human birth is most important, basically, because in human birth you can understand about God. And once this opportunity of human birth is lost, then again you go into this cycle of 8,400,000 species. So in those species you don't have like intelligence to inquire about God or inquire about your relationship with God. So then when you complete this 8,400,000 species, then again you come to human life. But if you do good activities, even pious activities you do in human life, then you can go above. You can become a demigod, or if you do pure devotion, you can go even to spiritual planets. So these surgeries are happening, like we don't have control. So that is the beauty of spiritual life, that we completely surrender to Krishna, and we have devotees all around, and we completely hand over our control to Krishna. So if Krishna wants to send me to Himalayas, ready. And if Krishna doesn't want me to send me to Himalayas, ready. So whatever it is, I'm ready, because I'm feeling a spiritual connect with him. He will take care. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. He will take me to the next life. So there is no, like, that faith should be there. So for example, this there is a story in scriptures about Maharaj Ambrish, that I think I mentioned in the previous session also, that this Durvasa Muni came to Maharaj Ambrish, and like he was disturbed because Maharaj Ambrish broke fast earlier. So what Maharaj Ambrish did, Durvasa Muni did was that he unleashed this big demon, and Maharaj Ambrish was basically uh, focusing his consciousness on Krishna. He was not at all bothered about the demon. So his consciousness was so focused on Krishna that he just meditated on his Lord, and he thought, "Ki Lord will take care." And immediately there was a Sudarshan Chakra which was hanging around in his garden, and he came out and he unleashed the demon, and he basically followed Durvasa Muni to all the other planets. So Durvasa Muni was running aage aage, and then Sudarshan Chakra was piche piche. So like this, basically Durvasa Muni was made to run to all the spiritual planets, to Shiva Loka, to Brahma. So he wanted to save his life. So he met all the demigods, and finally he had to go to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu also told that you have offended my devotee. So even I myself cannot save you. You have to beg forgiveness from my devotee only. So here you can see that basically Maharaj Ambarish has full faith in his Lord, uh, in his Lord Krishna, in his relationship with the Lord, and that faith only we have to build up somehow through these sessions, and like following the practices of Bhagavad Gita, internalizing. Uh, so what we discussed in the last session, following the ABCD, and then when we have that faith, then we will be able to handle these surgeries. Yeah. And then how do you find a good mentor? Okay, that is also a very good question. With so many scams and so many gurus around, it's so difficult to find someone genuine and knowledgeable who might not be manipulating you to achieve their own means or using your trust for their advantage. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that is a good question, how to find a guru, basically. So you can just learn by his achar. For example, like if we see people like personalities like Gaurang Prabhu, and even his spiritual master, and even found our founder Acharya Prabhupada. So these are personalities who are just basically they are concerned with propagating the messages of God. So they have no selfish reason in any agenda. They don't have any hidden agenda. And you see, like even a personality like Gaurang Prabhu also, he is so busy and still he is doing like session for Googlers. So he also doesn't have any agenda. If you go to him for mentorship, he will whatever counsel he will give it with a pure heart. So this is a very good question, that a mentor should be pure at heart. If you are really wanting to move towards Krishna, then he should be basically having a more clear and higher conviction of Krishna consciousness. And like his approach should be very transparent. So whatever he knows, he tells you. He should not have any hidden agenda. So that's why basically you should start reading Bhagavad Gita, and then as you follow these principles of A, B, C, D, like association, start reading books and chanting the holy name, and then D for diet, basically taking offered food to the Lord. So then your understanding of a mentor also will grow, and maybe Krishna will arrange those personalities in your life. Yeah. So it's not easy, like in this age, to find a good mentor who can help you like move forward in spiritual life. It's not easy, but yeah, you should have that strong desire, and then Krishna will arrange. Yeah, with desire, Krishna arranges. And I think we have Kiran also here with us, so she can also share about this mentor. Yeah, so very, yeah, interesting.
No, you put it across very nicely, Rajat. I think
Okay.
another couple of good mentors are also Radhapati Prabhuji. He's also a very sincere mentor, and so is Amog Lila Prabhu. I think they're all very very good in my view.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So what like whoever speakers we are arranging, like they are very, as Kiran has told, that they are very expert at their level, and like all of them are beyond us. So you can learn from anybody, right? Like any person who knows more than you, then you can learn from him. It depends on you that what kind of mentorship you want. There might be different dimensions. There might be different perspectives. So in spiritual life, there are different types of gurus also. Like there is Pathpadarshak Guru, then there is Shiksha Guru, then there is Diksha Guru. So Path Padarshak Guru is one who just shows the path. So basically, I can say myself like that I can tell you that there is one God known as Krishna, and there are these 3 4 ways which are prescribed in the scriptures, which if you practice, you can move towards Krishna. So this is Path Padarshak Guru. He just shows the path that you can follow this path. And then there is Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru will give very like dedicated Shiksha. He will go through the scriptures and he will involve himself to train you on the subtle platform and in the knowledge amount also. So I think personalities like Radhapati Prabhu and Gaurang Prabhu, Amoglila Prabhu, these are at that level. That yeah, recently I think Amoglila Prabhu had like took an interview of Gaurang Prabhu, and he was telling that his Shiksha Guru is also Gaurang Prabhu. So like this, basically, these personalities also have very high regard for their like Shiksha Guru and for their superiors from whom they have received this knowledge. And I am also like whatever I have received from my superiors, I'm just sharing that in these sessions. So then once we get lot of shiksha, once we get boiled, the milk gets boiled and the spiritual knowledge gets assimilated in our heart, then we are taken to a Diksha Guru. Basically, Diksha Guru gives Diksha, and then we are formally connected to the disciplic succession, where mercy directly flows from Krishna. So yeah, so I would encourage you to buy this Bhagavad Gita, and at the end of the introduction, you can see this line of disciplic succession, where you can clearly see that our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he is directly connected to Krishna through this Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So there are 4 authorized sampradayas. Our sampradaya, Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and then there is Rudra Sampradaya, which is Lord Shiva, and then there is Kumara Sampradaya, which is for Kumaras, and then there is Sri Sampradaya, which is Lakshmi. Basically, they are worshipping Lakshmi. So like this, basically, all these 4 sampradayas are bona fide sampradayas who are given by actually God, and you can make spiritual advancement in either of these sampradayas. Yeah. And today is Ramanujacharya's appearance day also. He was the like foremost acharya in the Sri Sampradaya. Yeah, just wanted to mention that. So are you satisfied, Vaishali, with this question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
I
And
also had one more question if I can ask right now.
yeah, go ahead.
So, say you believe in, you believe and you respect all gods and deities and all religions, and you believe that ultimately God is one, and different people give it different names, depending on whatever path they choose. At the same time, you may have your own ish. So I'll just say directly, right? So, for example, I respect and believe in all gods, right? Due to my conditioning and culture. At the same time, I believe that Lord Shiva is my Isht. And then I'm also obviously like, I study Gita, I'm attending your classes. So sometimes this question comes in my mind that is it all in conflict? Because I know, you teach that one God, Krishna. In my heart, it's like Shiva, but I know like, some like different names, one God. So this confusion is always there. So if you could clarify that a little bit, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just a second. I'll put my charger. Yeah, that's a great question, and I think it's a very like pertinent question, uh, and I think we'll find answers in Bhagavad Gita. So if you read 7th chapter, like here, there, even in 3rd chapter, Krishna is telling that like there are demigods who, if you live in harmony with demigods, then you will also be happy, and demigods will also be happy. So all these like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are the like lords of these 3 modes: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So Brahma is the creator; he is creating the entire cosmic manifestation, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. Basically, Lord Shiva whenever cosmic manifestation has to be like destroyed and then again created, then Lord Shiva does that dance, Tandav dance. And Lord Vishnu is the maintainer. So basically Lord Vishnu. So just like in our like code also, right? We create some code. So everybody wants to be a developer and he wants to create an app. It doesn't like, it takes some effort, but actually like maintaining that app takes more effort, right? Like you have to fix the bugs and you have to have a monitoring dashboard to monitor that the app is not showing any bugs, the number of requests are not failing. So that maintenance Lord Vishnu is doing. And then once you have to like finish the product, the app is no more useful, that thing is Lord Shiva is doing. So in Bhagavad Gita, in later chapters, you will find that all these like demigods, for example, Varuna, Chandra, Indra, Lord Shiva, Brahma, these are all just like managers of different verticals. So in Google also, right, there are different verticals. Like there is Google search, and then there is ads, there is semiconductors, there is AI, and a lot of other verticals, right? So there is a head for each vertical. And then on top of these heads, there is a CEO who is Sundar Pichai. So Krishna is like the CEO. And these basically these demigods are like the managers of their verticals. So these demigods are getting power from Krishna only. And basically that's why like in Govardhan Leela, we will see that Krishna is having this argument with his father that why are you offering to Indra? He's just doing his duty of giving rainfall. So why are you worshipping him? So that argument there also, like Krishna addresses this point that whatever power Indra is getting, that is from Krishna. So I'm just trying to share whatever is written in scriptures, and I will share the like shloka numbers also here in the 7th chapter. There is that shloka that one who worships the demigods, there might be cases where demigods might fulfill your desire immediately, but those are less intelligent. They are intelligent, but those are less intelligent. So the more higher intelligence is to like approach Krishna for any material thing also, because then Krishna might not give that immediately or very soon, but Krishna will basically make you wonder here and there a little bit. More purification will happen, and then Krishna might ordain that sanction of that material thing. So that is yeah, that is my answer. Basically, this structure you can have a picture that there are different verticals for which there are different demigods: Shiva, Brahma, Varuna, Chandra, Indra. There are 33 crore demigods actually. But on top of this horizontal, there is a vertically there is Krishna who is empowering all these demigods. And this is I'm just trying to share from Bhagavad Gita. That's what what is written in the 7th chapter. Yeah. Is it okay, Vishali?
Yeah, thank you, Rajat. Yeah, I mean, I posted my comment like whenever you read a scripture focused on a particular god, in that it says that god is supreme. So in Shiv
Yeah.
Puran, Shiv says that, like everybody else takes power from him, like the link story, right? Where Vishnu ji and Brahma ji, they try to find the end of the Shivling and they are not able to. In Durga Saptashati, it's written that, it's actually Ma Durga from whom the energy, goes to all the deities like Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Krishna. My point was that when you read a scripture which is focused on a particular god, it says they are the be all and end all. And again, that's why I was asking, because my personal philosophy is then God is one. People call them different names depending on what they feel more. That thing. What do you say? That inclination towards. But yeah, I just was thinking that it's Lord Shiva, but then I'm also reading Gita and I believe in the learnings of Gita. So is there a conflict? But I tell myself it's one God. I just thought since I'm learning from you, I'll ask you. So that was that. Thank
Yeah, there is no conflict at all. Of course, like there is one God, and even like the God which Quran is talking about, Christianity is talking about,
you. Yes, yes.
those are also gods actually. So there is no difference. Krishna is also God, but you can say that there are always degrees. So even Lord Shiva is also Lord Shiva himself is saying that Lord Shiva is telling Parvati actually, Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhana Nam Param. So Lord Shiva is glorifying Vishnu in front of his wife. And Vishnu is saying that Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So of all the Vaishnavas, the greatest Vaishnava is Lord Shiva. So there is a very, very intimate relationship actually between Lord Shiva and Vishnu. And these are very like high topics. So our basic thing is basically this tendency to serve and tendency to worship exists in all of us. And we should try to dovetail by like finding, by searching out the truth by reading Bhagavad Gita. And then we will understand at one point of time. And everybody, all these personalities are great personalities, like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and we can actually worship them. There is no like there is no wrong thing in doing that. We should pay full respect, and we can even worship them. But when we will read Bhagavad Gita, we will understand that what is actually like what is actually the truth. Yeah. So this is a very like detailed topic. Like even for example, Durga also represents the. So as we discussed last time, that Krishna has various energies: internal energy, external energy. So Durga basically represents the external energy. So that is there. And Krishna is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So yeah, basically what it is said is that so Krishna, when he is in office, he is known as Lord Vishnu, and when he is at home, when he just wants to play, then he is Krishna. Basically, in Golok Vrindavan, he is Krishna, and in Vaikuntha, he is Lord Vishnu. So they are both the same. And there is a verse also, Ete chams kala punsan Krishnas tu Bhagwan swayam. So this is the Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavatam first canto. So like this we will understand. These are very subtle topics, and we'll take these up. So but Krishna and Vishnu both are actually like similar. Yeah. For example, like we discussed about Yuga Avtara also, right? Lord Rama also, you will say that Lord Rama is the incarnation of Krishna. But Lord Rama is God only, like he is Supreme Personality of God. So Krishna comes in various forms at various times according to the receptivity of the audience of that at that time. So we should basically pay respect and try to follow that Yuga Avtara. Yeah, so like this. Yeah, correct. Yes. 10 of Taras. Okay, so if there are no more questions, we'll conclude for today. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for assembling, and Hare Krishna. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Thank you, Rajat.